welcome back to the Diagon Podcast, a tabletop role-playing game podcast. I'm your Game Master, Josiah. With me, as always,
is William.
He does something, I'm not sure what. And last we left our hero, he was going to sleep. Very heroic.
Yeah, it's very necessary. The last thing we need is to start rolling more negative rolls.
Yeah. Speaking of rolling negative rolls, let's get your luck for the session.
Okay, so we are starting very early for our first roll of the night.
Come on, terrible.
What skill am I using?
Luck.
Oh my god. I rolled a -3.
I don't even think you can go that far down because you floor at terrible. So you have terrible luck.
That's hilarious.
Which checks out because you are shaken awake and a super soaker is thrust into your hands.
It's a little funny that I rolled so bad. I mean,
What's funny is anything less than a -1, it doesn't even matter because that's how low your luck is to start with.
yeah. Well, that's fitting. Okay, so we do not script this. I rolled. That's what I got. And I'm grabbing my super soaker.
All right, let's see. Who would have pulled you? I think Koval, since you were talking to her last night, probably the one who was planning to wake you up anyways. So she shoves that into your hands, starts kind of dragging you towards the door. It's like, we're getting out of here. We're abandoning the mines.
Wow. Do I see a clock nearby? What time is it?
Make a perception check.
Okay, second roll. So my perception is great. And I rolled a -1 poor, so that puts me at fair. My eyes are a little bit blurry.
You know, it's funny. If we were using normal fudge rules, you could go below terrible. That's when you start adding number modifiers to it.
So how terrible would it have to be where my character dies in his sleep?
I feel like if you got a terrible -3 or something.
So we were that close in that world.
Like if you roll a -4, I'd probably have you like roll it again, and if you get any negatives on that, then you die. That'd be a fun rule if I had more people. Anyways, you do spot the clock. It is about 6 a.m. So you would know the sun will have just started coming up. So you'll be in that weird point where the world looks like it's in black and white still. I don't know if you've ever been awake at that time in the mountains where there's no like artificial lighting.
I guess not. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it's this really brief period where the sun isn't totally out. You just get this sort of effect where it kind of looks like the world's in grayscale for a very short time. And you get that as you get pulled out, and you can see just this sort of mass of crawling vines that are hitting this salt line and sizzling and smoking and retracting and then trying again. And each time the salt line is getting a little more worn away.
Okay.
Loading into the trucks, they're throwing what gear they can in, and it is sort of just a rush. Ortega and probably, Jurgis, Ortega, and Quinn all got their super soakers, and they're trying to hit further back on the vines to disrupt the approach. And it's working to some extent, but there's just a fucking lot of it.
So we're right at the mines, correct?
Yeah. So you could, alternatively, if you want to try and make the argument for whatever reason, say that you should go into the mines in the hopes that the minerals within are going to repel it. Because you did before see that the vines had come up to the road line.
Right. I don't think my guy would be thinking that, mostly because if everybody else is running away from the mines, I'm not going to want to be potentially damning myself.
Well, the mines are behind you, so the vines, you've got the vines on one side and the mines on the other, and what you're hearing is we're going to take the cars and try and get around the vines to get back to town, because there's nothing past the mines for you to drive down. You're at the end of the road. I think I said that before. Well, if I said it wrong before, that's how it is. Anyways, it's what I have written down.
Well, I think I'd go with the group that is trying to get around the vines. I don't know if I want to stay at the mine at all.
Okay. Are you going to try and help everyone get the stuff loaded up, or are you going to try and super soaker the vines?
I'm going to super soaker the vines.
All right. I'm going to call that an agility check. This is your first closest thing to a gun check that we've gotten.
So my agility is good. Hey, +2 fair, so that puts me at superb.
All right, with a superb, you are doing the smart thing and sort of aiming towards where you're going to be headed. So you can at least be certain that in this initial push, your tires aren't going to get snagged. So you're doing a pretty good job right there. You do that for a bit. At some point in there, McKinley decides enough stuff is loaded and he's just like, everyone in. And you guys all make your way in. Everyone who has a super soaker is basically told to point them out the windows and be ready. So everyone who isn't driving, essentially.
Do we pack up all our salt also?
Yeah, you've got whatever salt you have left in the trucks. So you are in the truck that has the barrel full. With you is Koval, Jurgis, and I'm going to say you're in the car that Thompson is driving. McKinley is driving the other one, which has more people. So you have mostly a gear truck, whereas he has mostly a people truck. And you are leading the way here. So you are in the passenger side front seat, so you have the best view out. Let me just write this down so I don't fuck it up. I said you had Koval, Jurgis, and Ortega, right?
Koval and Jurgis, yes. Ortega.
Let's add Ortega. 3 people is a reasonable amount. And then your driver is Thompson. So that's who you have. So you guys kind of tear out of there. Initially, you're not hitting any vines, but pretty quickly you realize that you're going to have to be hammering your super soaker pretty hard to keep the truck from getting grabbed. So do you want to do that, or do you want to try and tell Thompson to start off-roading, or what?
We're not off-roading. I feel like that's literally going into the worst part of it. I'm going to keep on firing my gun as best as I can, and full speed ahead. We need to get around this and get back into town.
Okay, I'll say Koval is going to start basically playing as your ammo handler, so she'll be refilling one super soaker to hand off to you, because from their point, they can't really poke their guns out to do much. Ortega is firing behind you to help keep it clear for McKinley's truck, but they can't really do much to the sides. So make another agility roll. This one will be more difficult because of the road condition.
Okay, so agility is good. I rolled a mediocre, so that keeps me a good.
Okay, I think with a good, so you're managing to sort of keep it just barely off of you as you're going. You're pretty much focused on the front, aren't you?
I think I don't have much of a choice, yeah.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to decide what this check would be. You hear Ortega just say, oh shit. And I need you to make some sort of roll to resist looking back so that you focus on what you're doing. What do you think that would be? My thinking is empathy, maybe? Or reasoning.
I was just looking at empathy. So we want a bad empathy roll then, right? To resist looking.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, let's call it empathy, and you need to roll badly because you need bad empathy here.
Okay, so so my empathy is mediocre to begin with.
I'm already a sociopath.
I got a +1. Yeah, so average is what I got.
I think even average is enough to make you reflexively look back, and you see that because you were only doing just a good job of keeping it off of you, it wasn't enough. The best gunners are all basically in your car, in a sense.
Right.
And the other truck has been grabbed. So this is where let's see, I'm gonna count down from 5 visibly here, and at the end of that you need to give me your decision on what you're doing, because that's how much time you have. So
we are stopping and getting out to gun that down and then get back in the car and lead the way out.
all right, so you order Thompson to stop, and you guys are going to dump some salt, basically.
We are the Suicide Squad now.
All right, so you make the order. Jurgis, I think, is going to immediately jam his knife into the barrel to crack it open, and Koval is going to help grab the barrel and start like chucking that around your truck as you and Ortega haul ass to try and gun enough of this to free up their truck. And you can see that they are in theirs, they're sort of moving to try and clear it off, but it is pretty brutal. So unless, and I said you're doing that, but if you want to try and grab like a bag of salt or something to chuck in or something, that's Ortega is going to try and use his soaker.
What I'm thinking is what'd be interesting is if we use our soakers to keep plants off of us, and then use the salt to make almost like a walkway to get to the others, and then theoretically get them out and use the salt way that we made essentially.
Okay, so you're going to grab a bag and try and make this walkway. The others are using the cask to just protect yours, because Koval is not that loyal to try and risk her ass to save everyone else. So she's saving her ass. I think Thompson is going to stay in the driver's seat, like ready to kick it back into drive, because this is...
That makes sense.
So I'm going to call this a strength and an agility roll, and strength needs to stay where it is, at least at fair, and the same thing with agility. Basically, you need at least a 0 on both of these.
Okay, so we'll do the strength first, which I'm at fair. That's a -2, terrible.
Rough.
And agility starts out as a good. Got a +1 on agility.
On the strength, because this is you grabbing the bag and using that like a weapon, I'm willing to give you your specialization on this of close quarters combat, so you can use that once this session for a reroll.
I feel like I gotta use it here, so we'll use that for my strength. So we'll roll one more time. Rolled another -2, terrible. So
Incredible.
Clearly the dice have spoken.
Okay, so you're moving fast, but you fumble with the bag because the weight just throws you off and it just kind of skids out, but it doesn't tear open. So it's just kind of there. And if you're going to get to it, you're going to have to take some risks now.
I feel like I gotta take those risks because otherwise, these guys I work with, they're all fucked. So
yeah, the only people that you would feel any sort of remorse about killing.
Yeah, nothing stronger than family or whatever Vin Diesel says.
Oh my god. One of these days, you're going to create a character that's just Vin Diesel. And I'm not going to notice until you say something. All right, so what's your plan? It's sort of skidded out into some of the vines. So to get to it, you're going to have to do something. Then you do something to get it open also.
I pull out my gun and I'm going to shoot the bag.
Ooh, nice. So this is going to be, let's see. I'm going to just call this a agility roll. Yeah, I think that's all it needs here.
Okay, so my agility is good. Hot dice. Another -2, so that puts me at average.
Woof. Okay. You hit it. It's a stationary bag, but you don't hit it where it like does a lot. It's open now, so if you ran over there and like moved it, then it would do something. But as it is, it just kicked out like a little bit of salt, and it's just not that much.
That's mostly what I meant to do. Like I was just thinking like a way to open it up quickly and get it and keep on doing the trail that I wanted to do.
Okay. In the time it's taking you to do this, you are hearing someone screaming, "Fuck, fuck, get it off me." In the heat of the moment, you're not sure who's screaming that, but you know it's from the side of the other truck that you can't see. So what are you doing?
This is so bad. Who is it that's with me that's gunning things down with the salt with the super soakers?
Ortega.
Okay. So I look over at Ortega. How's he doing?
He has dropped one super soaker because it ran out of fluid, and he basically grabbed one of the other ones that someone else had been using and is working with that. He's firing about as fast as you can with one of those, but this area you guys hadn't laid down any salt before. So he is working very hard to try and like he's got kind of the same idea of you of opening up this path, but the salt is diluted, so it's not nearly as effective. The two laying down this line around your truck with the cask are doing fairly well, but they are having to like reinforce it, and they're trying to get a bit of a path forward for you guys because you don't want to do all this and then just get immediately stuck.
Right. Okay. I look over at Ortega and say, let's keep on going. Let's keep on pushing. And I take the salt and I continue making this path.
Okay, so you're going to jump into the vines to get this salt, because remember, that's where it's at. Now, you do still have your soaker.
Okay, I'm going to shoot them.
Okay.
With the salt water.
Let's see, I'm deciding whether or not to give you a reasoning roll to tell you things. No, your character's not slowing down enough to think, so no. So you're going to try and just get an area around that salt bag so that you can get to it, is the idea?
Yes.
All right, agility roll.
Okay, agility is good. Okay, +1, so that puts me at great.
All right, so you managed to get enough of it where you think if you're fast, you can get in there, sort of tear open the hole that you have made and start spreading that salt to make a line.
I think that sounds exactly what my guy wants to be doing.
All right, let's make another agility check. See if you're fast.
Gotta go fast. All right, so my agility is good. Mediocre, so good.
All right, I'd say that's enough. You do a short jump in, grab the salt bag, sort of tear it with your hands a little more, and then start working your arms back and forth to spread that around and make a path. You get to the other truck, and you've essentially cleared up to it. You can now start working on the tires, basically, like clear directly around it. Is that your plan? Or do you want to try and jump onto the truck to help whoever's at the back end of it, try and get over there as quick as possible?
I'm gonna look over at Ortega and say, get the wheels, get them loose.
Okay, so are you going to like drop the bag so he can work on the wheels and then jump over so you can super soak whatever? Or
Yes.
okay, so you drop that. Agility check for parkour.
Okay, parkour. Okay, agility is good. Hey, +1 average, so it puts me at great.
All right, so you clamber up, get over. You can see pretty quickly the one who got grabbed is Marcus, big man. He has like 2 super soakers, and he's been obviously trying to do stuff, but you can see like his left leg got grabbed. He has super soaked it, so it's fallen off, but it visibly, just because you have great perception, you don't have to roll for this, visibly, he looks like he's in pain.
The vine fell off?
The vine has come off, like he super soaked
Okay.
his leg, but it is looking pretty bad. You know, most of the salt was in your truck just because of space reasons. So they have enough to keep refilling their super soakers, but not enough to just chuck salt out there. So you can help try and clear that for them with your super soaker. It's probably the last thing you can do with it before you have to do a refill, which means you have to get back to your truck.
Dang. Is anybody else back there?
Yeah, basically everyone else is back there trying to do that because they've got the windows rolled up on the side of the van that's being attacked in the front. They are hitting the gas every so often to try and get loose, but it's not really working. McKinley is, and then everyone else is either super soaking or handling the refills.
Is McKinley there?
Yeah, he's in the driver's seat, so you would have literally clambered past him.
Okay, so he's not there shooting.
Yeah,
Everybody that's there, who would be the most competent for shooting?
probably Marcus.
Wait, but that's the one that's...
That got grabbed.
Okay, who would be the next person?
Next would probably be Quinn.
Okay, I think I'm going to look over at Quinn and say, here's my super soaker. I'm going to go get Marcus out of there.
He is like loose right now. So he's
But in pain.
he's in pain because it did grab him.
But he's there? Like, he's with everybody else?
He's with everybody. So once the truck is loose, he can like jump back into it as long as he doesn't get grabbed again.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you meant that he would, like, he got loose, but he was still being surrounded.
I mean, it's happening.
More so than everybody else.
The only reason it's more so than anyone else is just because he's the most at the front and he's the biggest guy.
Then never mind. Yeah, let's scratch that. The last thing we want is for Marcus to be turned into this messed up plant human thing and rage out at us. So I just look at everybody and I say, okay, let's, as a unit, concentrate fire on the biggest vines as they come at us to try to make the most amount of damage with the least amount of water from each gun.
All right, make a charisma check to see if everybody listens to you right away. Shouldn't be too hard because you guys are trained to work together.
My charisma is good. It's nice that I'm rolling high now. I got +2, so it's superb.
All right, as though you are all
1 unit
gonna say, what's that Pacific Rim thing?
in the drift.
Yeah.
Or drift compatible.
Yeah, you're all drift compatible and you all move as one.
Yes.
And open fire. Make your agility check.
Okay, my agility is good. Okay, mediocre, so still good.
Okay, so it's working, and then the truck under you lurches as it finally gets free. So make an agility check to not fall flat on your face and die from concussion.
Okay, so agility again, good. Rolled a mediocre, so still good.
Okay, with that, you manage to keep your footing, and you can run back to the other truck and rejoin them and start moving again.
Okay, so everybody is full speed ahead again. We hadn't lost anyone. Let's keep on going.
Yep, all right. Let's get another agility check for this last stretch
Okay, so
as you're gunning through the front door.
agility is good. Another mediocre, so good.
All right. I think this time they don't get caught just because Ortega probably left what was left of that bag with them.
Okay, I see. So they had more salt with them.
Yeah, so they managed to make it, and you are clear out to the town of Borisden. That's the good news. Bad news is you can tell the vines are starting to get to the town. So
Okay.
you can tell where it's like hitting all the salt that people just have because they're superstitious, but it is doing the exact same thing it did at the mines. It's like it's hitting it, recoiling, trying again.
And ultimately, at some point, it will win.
Yeah, presuming there's not some thing that happens. So
Okay.
I think Kinley's going to get on the radio with you, and let's see. I think he's just going to say, we're just going to go for the border. We're not staying. This is officially, in his eyes, outside of what you were being paid to handle, which is fair. You definitely were not paid to handle that.
Yeah, no, it is. Are we going to make sure that the mayor knows, so that make sure that they're evacuating, or are we just not going to worry about that?
Let's see. Make a charisma check.
Charisma is good. +2, so great, or superb again.
All right, he says, yeah, all right, that's what we'll do. Everyone just stop in, talk to someone that you think can get the message out, and then get back in your truck and leave. So it shakes out. He's going to go talk to the mayor again. You're supposed to go inform the priest, and there's a couple other people that'll be informed as well. But it should take, basically, he says, if it's going to take you more than 10 minutes, just give it up, head back to the truck. So I assume you're just rushing at this point. There's no walk in your vocabulary.
No, there is no walk. I think before everybody disperses to do this, we all take out our tactical watches, 10-minute timer, and book it.
Yeah, you're right. You're by yourself this time because everyone's split. And you are headed to the church. You see something you didn't see before, not because it was there and you didn't notice, because you would have noticed. It's a shiny black SUV. The door is like cracked open. Do you draw your pistol or anything?
I think because of my training as a ex-soldier and everything, that he would see that and not, obviously he doesn't know that these are people that deal with supernatural or whatever, but he would immediately be on guard. Like, this is a new vehicle. It looks way too government-y for it just to be randomly here.
Make a reasoning check when you see it, actually.
Okay, so my reasoning is fair. Okay, +4, great. So that puts me at superb.
So with the superb reasoning, you manage to process as you're running. That is definitely foreign. Like, that is not something that the local government would buy. It is Western.
Do I clock that it's clearly US?
More than that is unclear, but definitely Western bloc.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my pistol regardless. I mean, because I also know about the Cool Shadows, the Miners Union, who knows what. Like, there's a lot of people I don't know, and this randomly new thing being here is weird.
Yeah, and between Yurgis and Volkov, you've heard enough from former spooks to know to be suspicious of this sort of thing anyways. So,
yeah.
You draw your gun. Are you going to try and just, like, slam the door open and breach and clear on this? Got breach, quick assess of targets.
Yeah, and then if it's bad, 2 in the head, 1 in the chest. Yeah, I don't think my guy would be holding back. This is a very much a, like, no, I need to tell the priest, hey, this is what's happening. We need to get out of here.
All right, let's get 4 rolls here. Let's get agility, strength, perception, and reasoning.
Wow. Okay.
So strength first for the door.
So strength is at fair. Okay, +1 average, so that puts me at good.
All right, so you rush it, you slam the door open. All right, let's get your perception.
Okay, perception is great. Mediocre, so great.
Okay, you see 2 men in black suits and the father. You see that one of them is reaching for something on his hip. Make a reasoning check.
Okay, reasoning is fair. +2, so that puts me at great.
Holy shit, you were gonna... Okay, you can tell the man is going for a gun. Make your agility check now that you are about to make your decision.
Okay, so agility is good. Mediocre, so good.
Okay, and are you gonna just try and cap these 2 guys?
So with my perception check, I know that's a gun. It's not a question, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You are absolutely dead on certain that is a gun. You could probably name the make and model.
Okay, so I think because of my guy's PTSD past that he has not worked through, he sees a threat towards a religious figure, a nice guy, and he immediately goes into killer instinct mode and shoots them.
With your roll, I say they don't get any defense on this. You just bang, bang, and they are down. Actually, give that 4 bangs, because you do 1 to the torso on each of them, and then 1 to the head on both of them. They are down, they're not getting back up, and you can rush over. I assume you're just immediately gonna tell the guy that they were about to shoot him.
Yeah, I'd say, Father, they were about to pull their weapons on you, and I don't have time to deal with that. We need to get out of here. These plants, they are surrounding the town.
All right, make a charisma check. See if you can convince him that he needs to evacuate his sacred place.
Okay, charisma is good. +2, so that puts me at superb.
All right.
I think, to be fair, I just killed 2 people in front of him.
So, against all odds, he looks at the man who just killed 2 people in a church and says, "Yes, I think you may be right. Go. I have my own vehicle." But
Okay, Godspeed.
he says, "But if you could spare a moment, perhaps these foreigners are the reason all of this is happening, perhaps. Perhaps they wanted to silence me, and basically inviting you to check the bodies for any clues."
Before I do that, where's my clock at, my timer?
You've used up probably a third of the time since you've been rolling so well.
Okay, so still got 2/3 of 10 minutes left. I slow down, my heart beats just, I'm feeling it. Like I'm in this full adrenaline, everything, but I just calm down and then go over to look at the bodies.
All right, since you're still trying to move pretty fast here, let's give that an agility, perception, reasoning split. So agility to just sort of rifle through everything, and then perception to see what you get.
Okay, agility is good. -1, so that puts me at fair.
Okay, so I'm going to say you only get to search 1 body. Do you go for the guy who was pulling the gun or the guy who wasn't?
I'm going to go for the guy that was going to pull the gun.
Okay, so I'll say you grab his gun just on reflex. That's easy thing for you to do. So you've got that stashed. And then beyond that, let's make a perception check.
Okay, my perception is great. +2, so that puts me at superb.
Okay, you get his wallet.
What's the make and model of the wallet?
Let's see what else you would get. I think you get a knife, you get a cigarette lighter, and you get just a general good look at him as well. Like you've committed that to memory now. So make a reasoning check.
No ID.
Well, you have the wallet.
Oh yeah. So what was that?
Reasoning. See if you make anything of that in this split second.
Okay, my reasoning is fair. -1, so that puts me at average.
All right. Right away, nothing. This is maybe a gangster, maybe a spook. You don't really know. But you do know that time is running, so you are about out of time to do any more investigation.
Not that we're going to find out because the roll was bad, but I'm very curious what would have happened if I rolled good on this. But that's aside of the point. We continue on with the game. Okay, what's his name?
Yeah, the father has already started moving, so he's not very fast, but he is moving to the door. You have seen that he does have like a old Soviet era car out there.
Okay, make sure to follow us on our way out here.
So you are going to run back to your truck. Make a perception check as you do so.
Okay, so my perception is great. Okay, +1, so that puts me at superb.
All right, so you hear just this faint rumbling like thunder, and your eyes, because you're trained to just like pick up on sounds and look, your eyes move, and you see it's like lightning is hitting where the mine was in the distance, but there's no clouds in the sky, and you process that lightning is not coming down, it's going up, and it's very brief, but you see that.
And this is definitely at the mines.
Yeah, you can tell because you got a superb roll. That's where it's at. And then
That's fantastic.
you hit the truck, get loaded in, and you guys start moving. So I assume you're going to radio and just tell everyone.
Yeah, I'm going to tell everybody that there was 2 guys. I don't know who they belong to, but they came into town. I took them both out because they were about to attack the priests. And as odd as this sounds, I saw lightning going in the reverse direction from the mines.
So Jurgis nods at the lightning part. Before he can say anything, McKinley's on the radio, because I assume you said that into the radio.
Yeah.
And he says, someone was trying to get to the mayor too. I took care of that, but whatever's going on, it's getting bad out here. So let's be gone yesterday. So you guys floor it, clear out. None of the vines have caught up to you guys yet, so it's a clear shot out of town, and you hit no further issues. You guys make it out of the country. You got partially paid for the job, and you have a few effects of this guy to go over. I think you probably dump those out in front of McKinley. McKinley dumps out the stuff he picked up as well, and Jurgis, Volkov, and Koval are all going to also be looking at this as you go through it. Yurgis picks up the lighter and is messing with it. Volkov is going to go through the wallet, and the ID is meaningless. Nobody who goes around killing people in broad daylight has a real ID in their pocket. But she goes through and pulls out a business card that has the same name as the ID. This, she says, this means something. This company, I know, and none of you ever heard this from me. This is a shell corporation for the CIA. And then more or less confirms that with the other wallet that they got as well. You looking at the pistol, yeah, this is definitely something an American would use.
Right.
And Yurgis puts the lighter back. He says, it's a branch of the CIA. And he doesn't elaborate.
So this is where our tax-paying dollars have went off to.
Nice. And that is where we'll end it. That is the end of Benjamin's story for now. He survived. He learned a lot.
Hey everyone, we hope you enjoyed the 5th episode of Season 5 of the Daigen Podcast. Benjamin and his mercenaries did the best they could to save the people of Dranoska. Benjamin was able to save the priest from mysterious agents. Now we have more information on who they are. Tune in next time when we do our retrospective on Season 5. We at the Daigen Podcast love hearing your thoughts, so drop your comments wherever you're tuning in from. Also, don't forget to follow us on X, Threads, and Blue Skies. Just search for Daigen Podcast, all one word. See ya.
Making model with his car.
That would be the right way to say that. Yeah.
You know what gun
I would
it
know
is.
the model of the gun. Okay.
Yes.
Ford Fiesta. No. Okay, so
It's a Pinto.